Module 177. This module is related with the industrialized Western nation in turbulent global economy. Here our focus would be on non-metropolitan economy, how things were changing or happening in the non-metropolitan economy. So basically it means that we are going to focus on the agriculture scenario, how rural areas, how agriculture sector is going to shape over the time. So 1945, it was observed that the farm population is going to reduce. They are going to shrink, and it was happening specifically in the Western industrialized nations. And definitely they were moving more towards the manufacturing production. Therefore, automatically the scope of agriculture production is going to shrink, and automatically it is going to move the population away from that. The government try to provide financial support to the agriculture producer, because definitely agriculture was considered important because it is going to provide a different kind of support mechanism to the manufacturing. So public commitment was there for the family farm. Mean to say, they believe that the whole family is going to be committed with the farm, because the whole family is going to be dependent on that farm, and they are going to generate their livelihood and incomes. Therefore it should be available through the farm, so they will be comfortable. If they are happy with the farm, they are not going to move. Over time, what has happened, economic pressure is going to squeezed, and the cost price gap is going to rise. So this cost price gap actually leads towards, cost is going to rise and prices are not going to rise. So it is going to squeeze, actually it is going to stress. So that gap is reducing. So basically that reduction in the gap means profit margin is going to shrink. Farmers bound to expand their holdings, because now they want to maintain their profit level, they want to maintain their income levels, but due to the reduction in the profit margins, they are incapable to generate with the same quantity of land which is being consumed or used for production process. So they are going to expand their holdings. Either if they don't have more land, they start purchasing more land. If they have some land which was previously idle, they start cultivating that as well. So increase capital intensity further, because they are more interested in terms of because it's not possible every time to generate more or buy more land. So they start using capital intensive techniques to raise the production by using more intensive land use in terms of high production or high output. So because they want to maintain their income due to the lowering profit. On the other side, UK and US, what was happening there, farmland concentrated into few large holdings, and agriculture support was provided, but that was available or more biased towards the large farmers. Actually, what has happened, the large farmers were going to emerge over the time, because small farmers were incapacitated or incapable to continue to produce whatever they were producing, because their profit margin is going to shrink. They are becoming more vulnerable due to the changing environment and the economic situation. So ultimately they are going to sell their small lands to the landlord or big land owners. So in this way, the holdings are becoming going in the hands of the few landlords. So few holdings are there. 1970s grain price hike was observed, and specifically benefit was just like the windfall gain for the already affluent people, because they have huge land, and to rise in the grain price give them more money, more profit. So they were more happy. On the other side, it was happening that the opposition was going on, or the agriculture support or agriculture subsidies were considered not beneficial. But even though it continued, and United States and common agriculture policy of Europe and Japan, that continued to provide support mechanism to the agriculture production. And then the 1980s came, and it was observed that the agriculture commodity prices moved down. The government capacity to support farm income, it also moves down. And what has happened, the subsidy cost doubled because of the inflated food prices. And it was observed in 1991, only $3 billion were, that's the subsidy, which converted into $30 billion within only 5 years. So that has generated 15% of the budget deficit. So that deficit is going to create a pressure over these countries to cut down these subsidies. So outcome was the polarized production units, because same thing happens. The family farm image was destroyed. Now the small families were incapacitated or incapable to generate their income, their profit through their lands. So they start selling them, and few rich landlords, affluent, elite landlords, they are capable to buy them, and so they are becoming more, holding more land. So automatically it is going to be polarized, and it evolved towards the integrated agri-business system, agriculture business system, because now they are making the oligopolies, in which they have there are the few producer of some particular product, and they are going to make their own prices, and they are going to capture the maximum market share. Then the large capitalized firms were there, more capital intensity. The capital was more used with more intensity, so more capitalized firms were observed, and major market share was changed across the population. 1.2 farms percent of the farms generate 33% of the farm revenue, which is actually the 64% of the income. That was the distribution. And 61% farm, the huge masses, they were generating only 6% of the farm revenue, and that was negative, the loss in income, actually 4% loss in income. So that was the situation which was going on, and which was referring how non-metropolitan areas are going to face a crisis, a critical situation or crisis kind of situation, in which the small farms cannot survive effectively. So they have to move towards either the manufacturing sector, or they have to move towards some other kind of production units. So this graph may be helpful to understand that how this agriculture is going to be industrialized. So this is referred as industrialization of the agriculture, and that you can easily observe through this spiral which has appeared over the time. And these are the different segments where you can go through that how extensive isolated rural areas with rapidly declining farm population, that was the broader part, and then this was the inner zone of the prosperous farmers. So that actually you can easily observe this farm landscape over the time. It evolved and changed in a different format.